Hey guys, back with another what if. I just got a new what if by checking my last what if. Someone said, can you make a what if ASTA and Noelle had the dragons from High School DxD? So, uh, thank you very much. I was actually about to make another video, but as soon as I saw that, thank you, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know your name, but thank you for giving me the idea, because I have a good deal now. But fuck, I gotta think how they're gonna get it normally. Actually, no, they have to do something. Actually, they'll be born with them as usual. They just gotta learn how to. Nah, they're gonna be born with them, and they'll figure out how to activate it sooner than later. So basically, in the whole world, there's magic, and there's certain people who has no magic. But there was certain two individuals with no magic power, but hear me out. I know, but in this world, no one can sense the power of dragons. Actually, certain people can, certain people won't. Because, and these two people were magicless, but they had the powerful dragons of the gears. While this gear passed on, these two gears passed on. It's always like the chosen man and woman, always down. It can go from peasant to nobles and everything. It goes down until it stopped going down for some reason. People doesn't know when the new heirs are gonna get them, or yeah. So it's going down into the soul of Drake is going into a certain person's body, into a baby actually, and goes into baby Asta, while Albion, the white dragon emperor, goes in to a silver-haired woman named Noelle Silver. So basically, I'm not making her like Wally, but she will have a cold demeanor to her family members. Not really all of them, but still. Asta will be a little bit, actually, this whole version of Asta will change. He will not be loud. The only thing he will focus on is beating Yuno. Even though he's told he can't beat anybody without no magic power, I also think he can always wants to do this. So, for the two lives that's having the dragons, the lives will go up and up until the age of, they're both like 7 at this point. Since Asa builds his body, when I looked at Albion's Volley looked like he'd never trained. So Noelle would have been able, like in her sadness and rage of her family being treating her like this, she was able to summon Albion's wings, and she's wondering who this is. And Albion would say he is the Welsh Dragon Emperor. Not Welsh, but the White Dragon Emperor. The Vanishing Dragon. Noelle would heard stories. And she said, hey, so I was picking to be the next? And Albion would say yes. But you're not alone. And she will ask, who else is the other dragon? Well, he will actually feel Drake's energy, and he will point that way, to the east. And she said, "Wait, that's the." She will never say peasant, but that's where the other people live out the capital. He will say, "Yes. Do you want to fly there?" And she said she doesn't know how to fly, and he said, "No matter what, I can fly you." So she would just say up because she can't do the shit on, and then just fly straight. Cutting with Asta. Asta is basically doing his push-ups, sit-ups, squats. and squats. So basically, everything would go simple until there was one thing on Asta's mind. He can never, ever beat Yuna. And that certainty is making Asta fall back on his training sometimes. Sometimes he would come in like happy, sometimes he would just come gloomy and be by himself. I know it's supposed to be like a volley vibe for Noelle, but this is like a little bit more for Asta, because suddenly half of the village doesn't believe Asta can make it. But the church avows Asta can make it. So is Yuna. He believes in his wife. Sister Lily, on the other hand, thinks Asta can't make it, so that broke Asta's heart. Because he loves Sister Lily, and now he doesn't know what to feel. And then with that, like, desire to be the strong, and actually to prove everybody wrong, he will just shout, and in the burst of moment, Asta activated the boosted gear. Without even going to the first stage, he will activate the boosted gear. And Albion, sensing that and seeing the red light, and Noelle said, wait, is that it? She will fly over there, going slowly because he didn't want to crash, and fly over the light, and then fly down to the source. She doesn't see nothing yet, but until the light disappeared, and then it would show a gray-haired boy with a red gauntlet. And also was wondering what this is. And then until Drake spoke up like, oh, what's up, partner? And Asta was like, wait, what the fuck? And then they would heard something like, oh, so you awakened, Drake. And Drake was like, huh, so you awoken, Albion. And Asta would look at the person who said that and notice it's a silver-haired girl, and Asta thinks she's from the Silver family, but why she's here. Asta will approach her like nice and collective. Since this Noelle doesn't have that personality, she hates peasants, she will actually say hi back in a nice manner. And Asta's confused why she acted like that, but he'll get his answers later. But he's asking why she's here. And Albion begins to explain what they are. So, after getting the whole story down, Asta says, so he's the red dragon and she's the white dragon emperor. And Albion would say yes, but they have to fight. But I don't really want to fight her. It's not my style. And Albion would say, yeah, you guys can change that fact. One pair changed it for the better before. Actually, their name is called Issei Hyodo, and Volley, I don't know Volley's last name, but yeah, he will tell them about the story and how they was the best fighter. At first, Issei did just want a peaceful life. And so, Trey, like saying, yeah, don't talk about my heart like that, my boy. Because he did say something like Issei was a pervert, and Drake said, hey, he was a cool pervert. Chill, man. I was just like, okay. Wait, but I don't have any magic. How's this gonna work? And I'll be honest, say he really doesn't really need magic for the booster gear. Actually, magic to use the booster gear. He can use the booster gear with the magic of the booster gear. Asta was like confused, but he's starting to get it. But since Noelle has her magic, she still can't control it. But I'll be honest, assure her he can help her train her power. So at this point, Noelle actually started to live around, like she made a house, actually Asta helped her, made her a house out here in the forest. And she kind of likes it here because she always gets attacked when she's sleeping. So she like it, and she sleeps over there. Asta will keep this a secret. That's what Noelle told her. And every day, Asta will go and say he's going to go train. They will all nod. Some villagers think Asta's just wasting his time. But everybody, the Preach and and always notice there's a gleam in his eye when he goes training. Asta will always go up to Noelle's house and talk to her every day and start training on their gears. Asta will actually get, and he can actually move faster the more he boosts. At the first time, he could boost twice, but not all the time. But now he could boost 10 times without any problems. And also able to make a bigger ball than Issei could, and made a bigger dragon shot than Issei could do. Even without the balance breaker, the balance breaker, his scale mail form, Asta could make a bigger version of Issei's special attack, dragon shot. Noelle will start focusing on Alvin's abilities and actually focus literally more on it. Dividing, and that's all Volley showed off. Have to mention that, there is another one. So Asta needs to make another power instead of the dragon shot. That's the only thing Drake taught him. And he asked Drake, when, his past predecessor, Issei Hiro, what technique did he make? And not really perverted way, he made a thing called the dress break. But Issei actually thought about what if he could make a dress break version, but not really a version of it, make a boost version of the power. So Asta will actually make this version for herself. So he'll make that type of version. That if he can't use the booster gear for another minute, he can use the power he stored up into the seal, and they let him use more power. And now it's the next trial to activate their balance breaker. I don't know how Volley activated his, because they never showed that nigga's backstory. So, at first they don't get it until they say, explain that one emotion you want to grasp and achieve it, and what's the thing you want to achieve. So, figuring out what their ambition was and what they want to grasp, Noelle wants to grasp to be the strongest. She wants to pass their own family members, surpass her older brother, and she will do it with her determination. And then Noelle eventually activated her balance breaker. But I'm going to say it's a female version of it, because I don't know how it looks on a female version. And she will look around impressed about this suit. And then she'll look at Asta. Asta was shocked. But Drake would tell them to focus and try to figure out what his goal is. Of course, also wants to beat Yuna, but he wants more. He really wants to be the best. Even though he gets rejected, he wants someone to care for him and wants him to love him. In his mind, he wants to beat Yuna and become the Wizard King. No matter the cost, he will be that Wizard King and make everybody's lives better. And like on command, the suit of Asta started to emerge and appear around Asta. The wings sprouted, and Asta would actually say, "Boost the gear, balance breaker, boost the gear, scale, male." And Noelle and Asta treated their abilities a bit about this form. Asta can make it bigger dragon shots and techniques. And he works on boxing sometimes. Because mostly the suit is made for boxing. But Drake would actually tell Asta about something. About who was before him instead of Issei. Issei was like before the person before him. Asta. And Drake will reveal to Asta his mother was the first actually female dragon actually the second, because I don't know if there's another one, the second red dragon emperor. And Asta's shocked his mother was the second woman of red dragon emperors. And then he will tell them about this demon called Libe that's sealed into his fight with Grimoire that actually his mother took in because her magic would have killed Asta. And Asta now finally understands why he's at the orphanage. But now she took in a demon to raise. Asta says, so is he like a stepbrother or something? And Drake will actually nod and he said he's somewhere here. And at a collision, Asta and Noelle will go at night to the cemetery, not cemetery, but the magic hall to get the grimoires. Noelle will go in unintentionally and without knowing, they're at the age of 12 right now. She would have got her third elite grimoire. And I'll be able to say, since your mother had a different version, this is your version. And she would ask, wait, you know my mother? And I'll be able to say, yes, she was the second, the Vanishing Dragon Emperor, the White Dragon. And Noelle shocked, now she's more determined to fight, to prove herself. And when she walked out and saw Asta, he's outside on this wall, and then he uses Drake's arm and then resonate with it, and slowly enough, he actually went in and talked to Libe. And Libe wondered who this kid is until he saw a red gauntlet on his arm. And he said, wait, it can't be. And then Drake said, what's up, Libe? And he said, Drake, why are you in this kid? And Drake will actually explain, this is actually his son. And Libe is shocked, like, so I have a stepbrother? And Libe is shocked more, but actually wants to know Asta a little more. And then Asta will explain his whole lifestyle, and Libe understands. He doesn't have magic, now he has Drake. And now he also wants to actually Asta to build his power. And it's called anti-magic, but Drake can't. But Drake is the only one who can stand his power in Albion. But anybody else, no. So, Asta excited, now he has two powers. So this battle will go on. Asta will train with a Demon Slayer sword and get used to the sword. So Libe, he developed Black Divider very quickly, a flying ability with the sword. You wonder why I'm picking the flying ability? Because I don't want him to show off his balance breaker. Noelle will actually figure out how to use her magic ability better, so she can be able to fly on a broom and use certain wire attacks. At this time, the Silver family doesn't even notice Noelle left, and they assume she was still stuck in the room. Basically, everything will go very almost similar. Almost, not really, but... So basically, this is going on to the age of 15. I think that's what the age was at. And they have perfect mastery over their new powers. Not fully, but the Dragonite Drive, they told them not to use that. And they explained why. So, they never used Dragonite Drive. So they are very magically good for the magic enters. Noelle also confides in ASTA. It's like she has to get back to her wannabe house for no suspicion happening. ASTA will understand, so it will go down. It will go down, basically, differently. So she will fly back with the wings. And also say, "Love you, Noelle." And Noelle, she stopped, looked back, and you saw ASTA smiling blush. But Noelle knowing, she would actually say, see how actually would say, "Love you too, ASTA," and went back blushing. ASTA hearing that is happy now. But he actually, wait, isn't this supposed to be not like a good thing to go on? Drake said it really doesn't really matter, because it's a dragon mate, so. And he asked, what does that mean? And he explained the whole thing to ASTA. While with Noelle will say the same thing that ASTA said to Drake. He will say the same thing to Noelle and about dragon mating. Now they both are blushing like furiously. If they're alone together, they will do something. So this will go on. Noelle will get back and act like nothing happened, but she grow a backbone. So she like looks at him and then a water bottle that's solid. Shot a water bottle at Solid's face to tell him to shut up a bit. And her sister, she would just blast her with a little baby water bottle. Noelle would notice Noelle change. She's not being weak, she's being stronger. And Noelle looks at him and says, Noelle thinks she's still pretty weak, so she won't join any squads. But she stops and she asks him, what is the lowest squad? And he will say the Black Bulls. Why? And she asks, can she be on that team? He's really underestimating what she's saying, but she will just say, like, she's weak, she'll be on that team anyways. And she will actually telepathically use Albion to tell Asta to join the Black Bulls, because that's where she's gonna go. And he acts as the Black Bull strong, but to her sister's surprise, to Asta's surprise, they're supposed to be weak, but their captain's powerful. And they just like Asta, having fun and goofing around sometimes. Asta would say, pretty much I will join this squad. So yeah, it will set off. But this is where I'm going to end this part, because I'm going to say the Magic Knight enters him for that part. So peace, love you guys, and hope you guys like this first part. Peace. I might make a movie out of this, but peace.